So I didn't talk to you this week. Did I tell you I'm actually taking some vocal lessons?
No, I was not aware of that.
I'm going to take some vocal lessons for a couple of months, and I'm going to play a gig somewhere.
Okay.
I'm going to actually try
Really?
and sing. Since we're talking about bad singers, I'm going to go out and do some bad singing somewhere. I'm going to open for any number of one of these bands that I'm friends with and just fucking do some singing.
Well, good for you.
Just because I want to.
Well,
no other reason.
Why don't you just call it CHP, Nathan in Kentucky in the chat room Crackhead Project?
Yeah, there could be. Or Chris hates pussy or something, you know. Not a truism, but certainly the way I'm going these days with getting pussy, it seems like I hate it.
Right.
Jesus. It's been weeks.
Yep. You got to work for that stuff.
No, I hate it.
Either
work for it or just buy it. And Lord knows, there's nowhere around my town where I can just buy it. I would like to just buy it. I'm so tired of dealing with fucking chicks and their fucking dopiness. Dude, and I mean, I know you especially more than anybody else has warned me about this shit, about fucking, you know, playing this game or whatever. I'm so tired of playing games and fucking talking to chicks and this whole fucking... Every chick that I'm meeting that I don't know, I mean, the ones that I know are cool because I know them, but the new ones that I don't really know, it's just a fucking... I could literally write the script for the first fucking date.
Sure.
What do? I like to watch movies, and I like to be outside, and I like to... Shut up, bitch. Just fucking tell me that you like to fucking lick balls.
They don't.
That's what I need.
Did you watch Whitney Cummings, as I told you?
I did. I most certainly did.
So she lays it out on the line as it really is.
She does, but it's so true, dude. It's like First of all, I am really finding out that I can't date chicks my age. I finally, you know, I used to always mock dudes that would fucking date chicks that were like 10 years or 15 years younger than them. Hell, my ex is dating some dude that's in his late 50s.
Okay.
You know, and I mocked it at first. I was like, what are you doing fucking that old guy? You know? And now I get it. I'm the old guy. and I don't want to fuck girls that are in their 40s. I want to fuck girls that are in their 30s that still have the same fucking interests, because every chick that is my age, well, you know what? I like to watch soft romantic comedies, and I like to take walks in the park, and I like to... No! Who the fuck wants to do that? I want to be out. I want to go have fun. I want to party. I want to go and do shit.
But then you become the old guy at the club.
I don't care. I don't care if I'm the creepy old dude that looks like a fucking pedo. I don't care. At this point, I want to be the dude that's fucking hanging out with a fucking 26-year-old chick and not because it's just fucking younger, tighter pussy, but because it's fucking someone that I can relate to.
Sure.
I can't relate to these chicks that fucking want to go to the fucking Michael Bublé show.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yep.
All you chicks that are in your 40s and you're fucking settling into that zone where you want to watch The Notebook and fucking listen to Michael Bublé, go fuck yourself with a 70-year-old, you fucking non-talent fucks.
Wow.
Boring.
But this is the reality, Chris, right here.
Go ahead.
Eventually, every man got, especially men, you got to settle down. You know why you got to settle down eventually? Because you don't want to be the old guy in the club. You know what I'm talking about. Any club you go into, there's always one old guy. He ain't really old, just a little too old to be in the club. You don't want to be that brother. So you got to settle down.
Dude, I went out with this girl for I don't know what you call it, coffee, brunch, whatever.
Sure.
Earlier this week. Didn't talk about it. Didn't make a big deal about it. My age, 42. Met her sort of randomly. Doesn't matter how I met her. I met her.
Okay.
Went out with this girl. I could not have been more... And from what... The person that introduced me to this one told me, you'll like her, man. She's fucking fun. She's a lot of fun, right? Fun meant... fucking wants to move to Florida so that she doesn't have to be stuck in her house all the time, wants nothing more than fucking walking through the fucking metro parks around here.
Right.
And considers a fun night, doesn't ever want to go out, instead looking for some dude that wants to sit on the couch with her and fucking, enjoy a good movie or really get into a TV series.
Sure.
Who the fuck wants that?
Well,
who wants that? Do you want that?
They got all the run out of them now. They're thinking more on a more serious level, and you're not looking for that. That's the problem.
Dude, these chicks need to take a fucking 5-hour energy and perk the fuck up.
Well, it's not that they don't have the energy, it's they don't have the will.
It's like the last dude fucked the life out of them, and now all that's left is this fucking shell that wants to be a fucking pincushion on the fucking couch. Sit there fucking like a pillow, staring at a goddamn TV, and every once in a while grace you with the legs being spread. It's like, go fuck yourself, you boring fucking twats.
Really? How do you really feel now?
I fucking hate it, dude. This whole dating thing, I go in spurts. When I'm getting some pussy, it's fucking fun. But getting to the point where you're getting pussy is not fun.
Right.
There's no fun in fucking learning that this next one fucking considers it exciting to have sex on top of a dryer.
No, of course not. Well,
that's not fun. That's boring as fuck. You know what? I could buy a porta pussy and fucking 6-pack of batteries and have just as much fun with these boring twats.
Right.
Fucking boring.
That's funny. That just came out of your mouth, and that's just what Nathan in the chat room just typed.
Tell me I'm wrong, dude. I mean, you've been doing this a whole lot longer than me. I'm already jaded at fucking 6 months.
Right.
How miserable am I going to be in 2 fucking years?
Well, I guess it just depends on what your expectations are.
My expectations are simply someone that doesn't want to sit around. Who the fuck wants to enjoy their fucking waning years watching fucking Gilligan's Island reruns?
Well, there's only 2 ways out of this, my friend.
Hookers or what?
Well, not even the hooker angle.
Okay, what are the 2?
The unfortunate truth. And you watched Whitney Cummings.
I did.
I think she told the truth. At your age, not that you're old, but 44.
Yeah.
What you want to do really belongs in the court of somebody who's in their mid to late 20s or early 30s.
Exactly true.
The unfortunate part about that, being 44, you're going to either A, have to have a good amount of cash in the pocket.
Okay, well, I have enough.
Well, I'm talking, this has to be like a consistent diet. Though this isn't just like one night a week of going to a nice dinner and going to concerts and whatever.
But I have that angle covered, dude, because a lot of times I'll slide to fucking slums like fucking Ravenna to where I seem like a fucking millionaire. I do that. I have no pride and no lies. I absolutely will fucking go out of my way to date 25,000 a year girl because it seems like I'm a fucking zillionaire.
Well, but the thing is also, we had this discussion about the car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a big tell right there.
What, if the girl cares about the car or if I have a car?
No, you have to have the, you can't be all talk. You have to have the proof of it too. And having, because it always boils down to what do you drive? What do you do? What do you, that girls in that age bracket.
I just hate that shit, dude.
I know it's unfortunate, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying that, but that's the truth.
Superficial twats.
It is.
I don't want a superficial twat.
So, then you're going to be looking for a long time because that, unfortunately, is the way of the world.
So what you're telling me is the pussy will be greater if I buy a better car?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you want to attract that age group where they want to do the things that you want to do and that, go out and do wild and fun stuff. You're not going to find that in a 40-something-year-old girl typically. That doesn't mean there isn't one out there that doesn't do that, but finding that is like a needle in a haystack.
You're right. And dude, the worst part is I actually found one at one point several months ago. I don't even know if I told you about this one, and I probably shouldn't bring it up on the air, but whatever. Fuck it. I'm drunk. I don't care. I hooked up with this girl. I'm not going to say her name. I'm not going to say where she lives. This girl is 29.
Okay. So it's right in that range that I just mentioned.
Right. Was a lot of fun. Met her at a party in the summer and didn't really, hit or not hit. Just met her at a party. You know how that goes.
Sure.
You meet a lot of people. Met her at a party. Just met her. Fine. Everything went. Then a couple of weeks ago, some friends invited me out to go out and asked me if I wanted to go out with her, and sort of double date, sort of an arranged type of a thing type, you know how that goes.
Sure.
So I went with this girl, went out, we had some fun, this led to that, led to this, ended up banging her.
Okay.
Which was, exciting to me. It's like 29 years old, went out with her once, spent time with her twice, and I'm already banging her. It's fucking good.
Okay.
It's fucking real good. And she's 29. It's like, all right, this is good. So that was on a Thursday night. And so the next Friday, she texts me and she's like, what are you doing this weekend?
Now, wait a minute. There was no contact between the Thursday of banging and the following Friday?
No, it's the next day.
The following. Oh, okay. 24 hours. Gotcha.
Yeah. She, fucked her on a Thursday, and on Friday she's fucking texting me.
Okay, so you're very eloquent. You fucked her on a Thursday. Good.
Well, dude, what do you want me to say? I made love to her. I met her fucking twice.
Gotcha.
I met her twice and filled her pussy with cum. What do you fucking want me to tell you?
Wow. All right, go ahead. Could you make it any more crass? But
I'm just telling you how it went.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
So Friday she's texting me, what are you doing this weekend? Blah, blah, blah. And that was the weekend that I actually took off from the show because John and I were having that Pantera party, the Dimebag Death Day party.
Sure.
So I told her, I said, I'm going to be out at this party. You're welcome to come, but I'm staying out there because I'm going to be way drinking and, I'm not driving anywhere. And she's like, well, that's okay, because I'm going out with my boyfriend. And I was like, what?
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, I told you, but I didn't tell us on the air.
Okay, go ahead. So, this chick had a boyfriend, but she went out with you, and then the next day she has a boyfriend, and it's just like, okay, what's going on there? And it's just like, exactly. Well, it's none of your business. And
it gets to all that. I mean, so, I don't want to be the other guy. I'm not really in the mood to be out with this chick or any other chick and getting punched in the face from some random douchebag. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, she tells me on this that she's going out with the dude and she's going to break up with the dude. And I'm like, all right, well, this isn't so bad if she's going to break up with the dude. So I was like, fine, whatever. I go to my party. She goes her way. She hits me up during the week and she says, or I said to her, did you break up with the boyfriend? Well, the timing wasn't right and it felt weird, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, well, whatever. Tell me when you break up with the boyfriend. A couple days go by. She hits me up again. What are you doing this weekend? And my first answer is, what are you? Where are you? Did you break up with the boyfriend or what? And she hits me back with, well, that's really not your business. And I'm like, well, then fuck you. I'm busy.
Right.
That's my answer. I'm not going to be fucking blindsided, and I'm not going to be the fucking dude that fucking puts pressure on the other dude so that you can fucking squeeze another dollar out of his fucking cunt ass.
And not only that, but not knowing who the other dude is, you don't need to end up with a 45 in your face.
Exactly. It's just a mess, but this was one that was in the same ballpark with me as far as interests.
Sure.
Interest, and God knows she's giving up the pussy fucking 2 dates in. So that's a score.
Sure. So you have a bit of chemistry, bit of interest. You got the same, a lot of same things going on, but the one bugaboo there is the fact that she's got this other hanger on.
And that seems like quite a bugaboo.
It
to
is.
be honest.
And it is. It's a problem.
You know, that's a major problem, that the chick has another dude.
Right.
You know, I don't want to deal with that shit.
Sure.
You know, I just don't. So, you know, I had to let that one fucking go away.
Right.
And that's the only, and everybody else that I've fucking hooked up with has been close to my age, and fucking, yeah, it's great when they throw the pussy around, but it's not so great when you got to fucking deal with all their fucking nonsense. And it's like, maybe I'm stupid, and maybe everybody else that's my age is not looking to have fun anymore. Maybe every other dude is fucking slowing down.
Well, either that or they realize the reality of it and they accept it, and they're not fighting, you know, they're not trying to swim upstream here, you know. And I'm not saying that you're wrong or delusional for thinking that you should be able to go out and have a good time, because you met somebody that I was going out with for a short time, and she went to metal shows. And
the truck driver?
No. Here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And she was older.
Yeah.
And she went to metal shows, and she was rocking out and having a good time and carrying on and, you know, whatever. And, you know, just the fact that I personally was not looking for a quote-unquote relationship.
Yeah.
That's where that ended.
Yeah, it's... I'm not necessarily looking for a relationship.
Yeah,
but
so many of them are, and when you are not quote unquote relationship material, you're gonna, you know, you're not going to.
But that's a misconception all by itself, dude. Because I swear to God, if I met the right one that is fucking fun. I would be more than willing to, dude. I would be more than willing to jump right back into almost a marriage type scenario.
All right, well, that's
I'm fucking locked into a chick, and one chick, and only that one chick. I would be more than happy to do that.
But here's the thing, that you and I have had this discussion, and we just we talked about this last week.
Right.
That at first, some not all, some girls will lead you to believe that what you are, who you are, your interests are cool with them and they're great with it, and so on and so forth. And you get lulled into that belief that, okay, this chick's all right with me, I'll jump into something with her. And you get into it a few months down the road, and then all of a sudden who you are and what you do is a problem.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And you know, it's funny because last week everybody beat up on that girl that fucking told me straight up that I was too much for her. You know, attitude-wise.
Right.
You know, everybody got all fucking bananas about that.
Sure.
And to me, that was perfect. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, tell me up front.
What I'm not okay with is that everybody that I fucking meet, none of them are interesting. They all want to fucking listen. They all fucking stopped growing musically with Bob Seger.
Right.
And that's the life that they live. They're all fucking living on Fire Lake instead of fucking moving forward and having some fun. And music don't mean dick to me, dude. I mean, I love music. You know that. I'm all about these tunes and blah, blah, blah. But I could fucking date somebody that fucking listens to nothing but Toby Keith if that's what she's into. But she's got to be into doing something other than watching fucking The Notebook.
Right.
That's where I can't fucking find anybody my age. What? Everybody my age has been fucked over one too many times to where they want to watch these romantic comedies that show them the life that they should have but can't.
Right.
And it's like, go fuck yourself. Let's go out and do something fun. Let's go live. I fucking hate all this dating fucking cocksucking fuckfest that comes with it, man. It is just a fuckfest of boredom. All you chicks that are not all, 99% of you chicks that are between 35 and 45, y'all boring as fuck. And that's why you get fucked and left. Truth. And that's the truth. And I'm not that guy. I personally am not the guy that is so just starved to get some stray ass that I'm willing to fucking pretend. Now, 2 years from now, I might tell you that my favorite movie in the world is The Notebook, as long as you're sucking my dick. But the reality is today, a blowjob, pussy, fucking anal, any kind of fucking is not worth the lie to me.
Right.
It's just not.
I agree.
I fucking hate chicks.
Let me relate something to you on a personal basis once again.
As opposed to what I've been doing, which has not been on a personal basis.
No. But I don't usually reveal to a lot, but I'm going to reveal this to you.
Okay.
Just from personal experience, just so maybe you could glean something from it for yourself.
Okay.
When I was younger,
yeah,
let's say in my 30s, okay? So we're talking, 10 to 15 years ago.
Right.
You get these girls who more or less, they say, you meet them for the first time and maybe you go out for a couple of dates and whatever, and then it starts getting a little bit comfortable to where they kind of loosen up a little bit and they try to be enticing more or less.
Okay.
And they start leaving you with these innuendos that they're quote unquote, I'll tear your ass up, more or less, without actually saying that, but that's what they're alluding to, that they're just wild and crazy. And, boy, if we get to that stage, you're in for something.
Right.
Okay. So you're thinking, okay, I'm crazy, I'm wild, I'm out of control. You're really going to, I'm just going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're thinking, okay, how good could this be?
Right.
So it actually gets to that point, and they basically, this is just personal experience.
All right.
But they just basically think that dressing up in a, I don't know what you want to call it, like maybe a see-through baby doll nightie or something,
right.
That's out of control and crazy and wild. Right. And you're expecting some girl to come out in 6-inch heels and want to swing around a stripper pole.
All right.
That's your expectation when they said that they're crazy and wild, whatever your fantasy is.
Right, sure.
That's what you're thinking. Okay, this girl says she's just out of control. She's crazy. She's wild. She's going to do things that, nobody else has done.
Mm-hmm.
For her, crazy and wild and, stepping out of her comfort zone,
right,
is wearing something that's revealing.
Yeah, which, guess what, girls? We've seen naked chicks.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, when does the crazy and wild come in here? And it's just like, well, don't you like this? And, well, you can't dare say, oh, well, I thought you were going to come out and wear like a leather thong or like, 6-inch heels or, have a whip or something. And if you ever say something like that, then it's just like, only whores do something like that. And it's like,
yeah,
that's what I want.
Yeah. You know what? We're not looking for fucking rose petals on the bed.
But the thing is they lead you to believe that they're going to just turn your world upside down and just show you something that you've never seen before. And then when it really boils down to it, it right. just involves, oh, look, I got this see-through teddy from...
Dude, but this is so... All right, I'm going to go into some really dark shit. All right, but you're bringing me to it, so I'll just go with it. When how am I going to phrase this?
Look at Demon. I think Neely and Chris's menstrual cycles have synced up again.
Maybe so. Well, that leads right into where I'm going here. I've had a person, I'm not going to say who, for legal reasons.
Okay.
But I've had a person that wanted to let me do whatever I wanted to do.
Okay.
And in one such session, basically said, doors open, whatever you want, you can do.
Okay, there's no limits.
No limits.
Go wild.
And my going wild ended up with certain girl being on her period and me dipping toes up in there and writing her fucking initials on her belly in blood. That, to me, is exciting.
Okay.
Because it's different.
And it's just, out of the norm.
It's so fucking viciously not, look at my new teddy. Does that excite you?
Right.
It was fucking dirty, and it was filthy, and it was like, yeah, that's what I want. It's better than just fucking pussy. It's better than a blowjob. It's better than fucking somebody in the ass. It's something that is so fucking twisted and fucked that it was exciting.
Sure.
And I need excitement, and it doesn't have to be sexual only, man.
It's just whatever. It's taboo is what it boils down to.
Nothing would make me more happy than if I was going out with some chick and she took me somewhere and just fucking did something fucking ridiculous crazy.
Right.
And I don't give a fuck what it could be. It could be fucking biting a goddamn bite out of a tree. If it's just something that's fucking crazy different,
sure,
Just I don't want to go on a picnic. I don't want to go to a fucking movie. I don't want to go to fucking Applebee's. You know what I want to do? I want you to say, you know what? I want to do something fun. And just drive me 542 miles because that's how many times we fucked in the past. And stop there for fucking dinner.
Right.
And then drive 542 miles back.
Right.
Just different. The whole, all I'm finding out in this whole goddamn dating mess right now is all of these girls that are my age are broken and they're damaged and they fucking have some fucking Lifetime Channel version of what a good relationship should be.
Sure.
And that Lifetime Channel thing is as broken as the fucking relationship where they got fucked over and divorced.
Right.
That's really what it comes into. It's just, I don't know. See, now you got me all ranting and fucking raving.
But that is true. But my message or my advice to you, is that doesn't you shouldn't give up on your your hope and your thoughts that this is what would do it for me. Yeah. But you're going to be looking for a while.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm literally at the point now. Right now, I don't even want to go out with anybody.
Sure.
It's like I got friends that are hooking me up and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I don't even want to go out with people anymore.
Right.
The first question I ask is, how old is she? And when they say that she's fucking 38 or 40 or 42 or 45 or whatever, it's like, I'll pass. I literally passed on 2 different things this week. A couple people reached out to me and said, you know what, I got this girl. She's really fun, blah, blah, blah. And the minute they said, well, she's 40, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, I'm done. Nah, I'm busy this week. I could have very well could have fucking passed up on the one, on the right one, But it's like, fuck. I just don't want to go and do the same thing. I don't want to go to fucking Panini's and sit across from some chick and she said, what would be fun is if we could fucking do something like I saw in this movie.
Right.
I've heard that fucking 10 times in fucking 5 months.
And the only question going through your mind is,
so you do anal? Is it true that chicks fart if you blast them in the ass?
Ugh, fucking chicks. Why can't you just be happy to fucking get attention?
Right.
That's really what it comes down to.
Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Chris, the only time you want to hear a girl say, I want to do this from that movie, if it's from something like Service Animals by Rocco Siffredi. The only time.
The only time I want to hear it is if they've been watching Deep Inside Vanessa Del Rio. Other than that, I don't want to hear it.
You're going old school there.
Yeah, no,
seriously, though, chicks will fuck your mind. We all know this. A couple years ago, this is about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, Highland Square is known for its just soulless chicks, like
soulless
good-looking girls, inked up, but just
but
soulless.
no soul? What's it? Where's this at?
Highland Square.
Highland Square.
West of downtown Akron on Market Street.
That's where I need to be then, because I need soulless fucking whores.
This is where, whenever I need to get laid, every couple weeks, I drag myself up a couple blocks, liquid courage, and end up pulling a chick, going back to her apartment and getting my dick wet. That's happened. Anyway, a couple years ago, got this really smoking hot chick, so far out of my league. Okay, this chick was up there, and compared to me, I'm a piece of shit, Right. I'm a nice guy, I'm all that, but let's get down to brass tacks. I am a piece of shit. Okay? And this fucking girl, so we start, hanging out and hooking up. She's all inked up, hot, that type of thing. That's
right.
What I'm into. But it gets to the point where it almost becomes something more where it starts to become more romantic, where we're cuddling. And this chick's cool as hell and everything. I mean, she's got comic shit up, like fucking Scarface posters and movie posters in her apartment, everything. We watch cool shit. Anyway, I mean, we're fucking, and she'll give me rides to work. Then one day after she's really distant. I ask her why. She says, I think I'm falling in love with you.
Uh-oh.
And the fucking thing is, and it gets better. It turns out she has a fiance, and he's over in Iraq.
Okay.
This dude's over in fucking Iraq. So first of all, she never told me any of this shit. But he's supposedly coming home, and she's afraid she's falling in love with me. Okay, so you got an angry fucking Marine who's been over there killing for our country, or wherever the fuck he was, and you're hooking up with a slimeball like me, I mean, and you didn't tell me any of this shit, I swear to God, a couple days earlier when everything was fine, and she was all lovey up on me. That
right.
Next time she was colder than a fucking witch's tit in a cast iron broth.
All right.
It's the fuckery that goes on here.
I know.
It's this type of shit, and you wonder why we're so fucked up when it comes to female. Why we're so goddamn distrusting. I mean,
dude,
some of this shit. Some of these girls do turn us into scumbags.
Dude, I swear to God, just going out and dealing with some of the bullshit that I've been dealing with over the last few months, I'm not condoning, but I certainly understand why guys end up shooting up their houses. I get it. These fucking chicks drive you nuts. They drive you fucking crazy.
Dude, at this point, I'm good for one-night stands with chicks, and then just having a few good chick friends,
Right.
And the rest of it, and when I can't find any ass, just watching porn. It's at that point, because there comes a point in your life where you just don't want to fucking deal with the bullshit. I work 7 days a week, I work hard. I don't want to deal with the bullshit right now.
Yep.
It's like, and you know all the tricks, but it takes power to deal with that shit. Right. I mean, and it's mentally tiring. Patrice O'Neill, you go back, I learned a lot. Listening to his comedy, like his last album when he's going over the relationship shit, it totally goes over the shit you're talking about.
Right.
Like, it's just, it's fucking tiring. You will fucking drive yourself nuts trying to figure this shit out. Yet it's so simple. All right, but it's fucked up. Okay, so hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job.
There goes MOL.
There it is. So, I agree with a lot of what he said. I do, dude. It's just frustrating. And maybe it's just, truthfully, it's probably that I'm in a bad zone anyway this week. I'm just not in a good fucking mental space.
Sure.
You know, where I've been in a lot better mental space for a while, but this week's just been kind of fucky.
Right.
So I just wasn't, it just was what it was. You know, I went out for this fucking brunch or whatever it was this week. And I wasn't there 5 minutes before I did 90 minutes with this chick, and it was like 85 minutes of fucking, man, do I want to fucking leave.
I like the fact that you said I did 90 minutes with this.
It was, dude. It literally was. I try to be polite even when I'm fucking bored. And I know at some point here, I've really got to fucking learn to throw $10 on the table and say, here, get yourself a fucking coffee. I'm out.
Right.
You know, and I don't do that. Even when I'm fucking uncomfortable and I just know it ain't going anywhere, like this was on Wednesday.
Right.
I knew it was. I mean, I was 2 minutes in and I could tell that this was just a fucking zero. And I still stayed for 90 minutes and listened to all her bullshit and, you know, told some of my own bullshit, you know, hoping that maybe we'd find a common spot and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it ended up exactly where I thought it was in the fucking 5 minutes in.
Right.
And then it was literally the texts, and it was me texting her back saying, you know what, I just don't think we fucking match and blah, blah, blah. And then it was, you're not giving me a chance. Jesus fucking Christ. Go away! I gave you a chance. I gave you 85 minutes I shouldn't have.
Sure.
You know, that was your chance, you fucking dumb twat.
Right.
Ugh. Chicks. Love them. I love them. Can't you tell?
Right.
Look at Nathan in Kentucky. Good call, Nathan. Play Bitch by 33 Love Child.
Right. There you go.
Oh, God. Oh, well. Anyway, why don't you play one song and then we'll do either some politics or talking metal or big tongue guy, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, since you know, you're in that mood and Nathan said he'd like to hear it, I think we should probably play that 33 Love Child.
I'm in for it. I love that album, by the way. Do you have the whole album?
Yeah, you gave it to me.
Double shot it with the since we were just doing the Can't You See? They do a cover of Can't You See. So why don't you play that right behind it?
Okay, we'll do it.
All right, there you go.
All right, so this is for Chris's current mood, and this is 33 Love Child, and this is just called Bitch.
I don't need your bullshit.
Right.
Bitch.
It's 33 Love Child exclusively here
on your classic metal show.